Welcome to the long-range forecast for you as a Libran, taking you through to the end of August 2017. This month of August sees an exciting and rare total solar eclipse make landfall on the US mainland. And as it arrives, it loosely forms a wonderfully supportive grand trine with retrograde Saturn and Uranus. And with Venus moving opposite Pluto in T-square with Jupiter, itself the focus of several triangles formed as Saturn trines with the Sun and Mars, even Mercury turning retrograde will find it hard to spoil this celestial party. Now here is a forecast that Jonathan recorded that will help guide you through these events.
The eclipse, which is taking place this month, is a very crucial and significant thing, even for those in parts of the world where it can't be seen, even for those in parts of the world where it can be seen but who don't happen to be looking. It has a very special message for all of us, and the message is that it's time for a change, which isn't on the surface a particularly profound message until you start thinking about what that change might entail. The changes in store for all of us are big. That sounds again a little platitudinous, so of course it contains many challenges, but of what type? Of a delightful type, of an inspiring type. And for you as a Libran, what it is a time during which you need to look very carefully at who you associate with and who you no longer wish to associate with. And before you start making major decisions, although to some extent you've made some major decisions already recently, haven't you? What you have to say is, the climate which is coming is not the same as the climate which you are now leaving, and therefore some of the choices which you are tempted to reach may not be so relevant or so pressing under different circumstances. You can't expect the factors which are so relevant, so crucial to you now, to remain relevant and crucial for the rest of your life, no matter how much it seems as if they are likely to. Change is inevitable. At all levels, at a global level, at a social level, and at a personal level for you. And that's the first thing to take on board. And then the next thing to take on board is that while some of the changes that you have made already are right, there are others which you are in two minds about at the moment, and we're not talking about the usual sorts of two minds which Librans enter into and astrologers tease them for. You're in two minds because you recognise that there are some people whose influence on you is positive, and yet somehow it seems as though for the time being you've gone as far as you can with a particular relationship, and others on whom there is a kind of provocative influence, and so that when you spend time with them you feel stirred up and uncomfortable. And yet it isn't right necessarily to walk away from all those people, or from the people or the person that most immediately comes to your mind when I mention this kind of dialogue, this kind of communication. What I'm basically saying to you is that sometimes some people come into our lives to teach us things, to show us things. And sometimes we have learning to do, and that learning isn't always easy, and it can't happen with people who it's just so easy to get along with that there is nothing to learn. There's just an ability to pass a day in pleasantness. Fine, and such relationships are to be cherished, but so too are some of the relationships which trigger powerful emotions within us that are not necessarily comfortable or easy. And the eclipse is hitting the area of relationships in your life, and specifically social relationships. I'm talking much more about your friends and possibly some members of your family than I necessarily am about romantic relationships. There are some people you used to know well and now you don't necessarily feel you know them at all. There are people you'd like to know, but you're not sure how to get to know them. There are people that you thought you knew, but you realise you don't know. And in all those cases, there's something now to be changed, to be readjusted, to be opened up, to be allowed, to be permitted. And mainly what that is a renewal in you of what once was a very powerful driving force, a willingness to be open to different possibilities. And as time has gone by, you have drawn in a little bit, and you have said, well, perhaps I won't go down that road, and this road here is one I would have liked to have gone down, but I resent the fact that I never got the chance, and as a result I rather resent the people who are walking down it. Natural human reactions to stimuli and to situations. But now we're talking about you exploring the possibility of becoming not entirely superhuman, but more powerful, more strong, more secure within yourself than you've been in a long time. And that enables you to bear relationships which are not 100% easy, and to thrive with them and to profit from them. And so where you have made firm decisions and you still feel comfortable about it, stick with them. And where, over the next few weeks, you find yourself unsure, allow the uncertainty to remain just a little longer. Financially, you're going to be fine. In terms of your love life too, that which needs to happen and which can only be good for you will happen and will be good for you. It's your friends that matter now. You know who some of them are, and you're not sure who the others are. You're going to find out soon, and that's going to be a very beneficial discovery.